So, this is Diesel for We the People News. Now, I'm actually in Ector County. And I was present in a court. I believe it was December 7th. Yeah, there it is. December 7th, 21. That was the court date. Alright. So I seen some unlawful activities in the court. So, as being a court watcher at the particular time, I witnessed these things. Now, I witnessed some other things, but this was just more of the high basics of everything going on. So, I had to write out to be a witness of what happened December 7th. Now, the problem we have up right now, if you look up that case, it doesn't exist. But yet, I was in that courtroom. So, this court date and this court number has been wiped out. Now, I heard a couple weeks ago that there is a man, on death row. And on Channel 7 News here in Ector County, Odessa, that he had missing documents out of the court, and the sheriffs are colluding with them. Now, that's hearsay, okay? So I don't know. The one thing I do know beyond a shadow of a doubt is this court that I was a witness to does not exist. So here is my affidavit of facts and truth that I witnessed this court. And you guys can pause this. And obviously you see the little piece of paper in there to kind of cover up the names. I mean, if you can actually find this case on here, it probably has the names and all that on there anyway. But in generally, most people is not going to look up this case. However, so I come in at Ector County to put this in the courts as me being a cop watcher. And there's a few other people that's filling out paperwork. I mean, I say people, but, don't really matter, man and woman. There's a couple of other ones that was there and doing the same thing I'm doing. Because this case needs to be brought back out if, in fact, they're going after an individual. So I just kind of wanted to bring this video up. Now, the problem and issue we have, and I'll just make a quick run through at this particular time. Okay? And I don't know the best way. I'm holding this by my hand. There was a writ attachment. And since this court don't exist, wink wink, they actually went to a previous court back in July. Now, what happened on the July one, because I was going to go to it, was postponed to a later date. And this writ of attachment for a minor was back in July, which there was no court then. Okay? So, they did have a court in August, late August or early September. I cannot remember off the top of my head. But there was a court then. I did not appear for it, so I don't have firsthand knowledge of it. And then they never got jurisdiction. So they had to get one for December, which, again, they didn't have jurisdiction there. And July, they didn't have jurisdiction and had to postpone that court because there was no jurisdiction. So all this whole case for the past couple of years is the courts trying to get jurisdiction, and they have none. But they're trying to insert jurisdiction And they came and confiscated a young body. And they used the sheriffs in their fraudulent deal. Since they had no jurisdiction, they had no contract, they used the sheriff to do their bidding. And don't know if the sheriff knows this or not. Like I said about the guy that said they lost paperwork in the courtroom and the sheriff is conspiring. Don't surprise me, by the way, if they did or didn't. Okay? In this case, I don't think they did. I just think that they just said, well, it's an order and we're going to follow orders. Well, most of you guys know how that is. They just follow orders. They do not do any investigation or anything like that. So I'm thinking in the future, the sheriffs are going to be just in trouble as the courts. And if you read it, you have the judge's name. Now, when you read the judge's name, if you actually look him up, Texas Rangers actually investigated him back, I believe, in 2003. And don't know, I didn't read the full details of the situation. But I think it was the grand jury decided not to prosecute. Now, on previous videos, and I'm going to bring it out on this one. Now, previous videos, most people don't know this. And if you're a newcomer, you don't know this either. But the Fifth Circuit Court said it is legal for prosecutors to lie to the grand jury because of qualified immunity. Not that they're allowed to lie, but they are allowed to lie because the courts is not going to proceed forward on them because of qualified immunity. So technically they're not allowed to lie, but because of qualified immunity, that they're going to get by with it. In essence, what the Fifth Circuit Court was saying. So what happened when they were investigating this judge, the prosecutor, and I don't have firsthand knowledge, okay, but most likely lied because they are allowed to lie. The grand jury never got the full details of this case on that judge. So the grand jury says, well, there's not enough evidence. And I say there's not enough evidence because the prosecutor lied. Again, don't have firsthand knowledge of it. Okay? At this particular time, this is what I'm putting on my deal as a witness on December's, and basically showed the verifiable proof in the courts that there was a December 7th case that does not exist right now. And this body attachment went back in July, and there was no court there, but yet somehow or another they backtracked it and fraudulently claimed there was a court back then. I don't know, y'all. So, as this man looking at death row, I have suspicion that he's speaking the truth because it's happening on a family court matter. Okay? So, there we go, y'all. I probably will make some more. Matter of fact, y'all, I'm trying to clean it up, but I don't have special stuff to clean it up. But I do, in fact, have a video of that court. I was in there and I videotaped it. So, in fact, I do have it. They're just real scratchy and all that. And I'm trying to figure out how to get the scratchiness where you guys can hear it. But I'm not technology savvy. You're lucky I can even make videos. But if I can get this video out, it's going to be about 40 minutes long, y'all. So it's going to be a long video. But what I am saying on here is on that recording that I recorded. Recording on that recording. But there we go. I'm going to see about trying to get that out fairly quickly. But in this case, if I pop up another video if I download that video, this witness affidavit is going to be for that video. Okay. And I may just let it be scratchy and you guys try to figure out how to hear it or just hear other parts of it or whatever. But I'm going to give you a heads up. It's going to be messy, and I don't know how to write all these things in there, nor actually have, a way of doing it. Most people do these videos, they actually have all kinds of fancy gadgets. And I don't. All right. But this is where we are right now. And if I get the okay and mark out some of the deals, I will show you sometime or another the affidavit of, what was that called? The affidavit of attachment. Okay. Now, let's just get this straight, y'all. It says affidavit attachment on top of the page, but when you read down the page, it's to grab a body of a minor. Okay. So what it is actually attachment of a body. Okay. They're just using that trickery of words, right? So instead of just putting body attachment up on top, because what that a body attachment is a Roman civil common law thing, which means that if you owe a debt, they can take you. Back in slavery days, right? You owe a debt, they took your body, and they put you in slavery until your debt's taken care of. That is Roman civil law, common law. Okay? And this is what they basically used without it putting on top of the page. This is Diesel for We the People News. Till next time. Bye, y'all.